Good morning, everyone. I am so happy to see you again. We host a drinks and nibbles party here almost every weekend. For the nibbles, I usually put together a beautiful charcuterie spread, plus I might make a puff pastry appetizer. Today, I want to elevate my appetizer game by trying out 2 new dips and 1 new spread. When everything is made, we can go into the parlor and taste test each recipe. So we are making a smoked trout spread, a bacon cheeseburger dip, and a spring pea and feta dip. I will post all of these recipes in the description box below, so you don't have to write anything down. And we are going to start with the smoked trout spread. So first things first, I need a bowl and 8 ounces of smoked trout. I'm using rainbow trout because that's what my supermarket offers. We need to remove the skin and bones. These are fillets. There should not be any bones. And the skin comes off very easily. And then using 2 forks, we are to flake the fish into small pieces. We need a 1/4 cup of mixed chopped scallions, dill, and or chives, plus more for serving. I have chives on hand, so that's what we're going to use. And we can set this aside for a moment. To the trout, I'm adding 4 ounces of softened cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of sour cream, and I really wish these recipe writers would include the ingredients by weight. I always include weight when I write recipes. This is about a 1/4 cup right there. And then we mix all of these ingredients. I can already tell that this will be a fabulous cocktail appetizer on toast. And we haven't even finished the recipe yet. Now we can fold in the scallions and any other herbs that you happen to have on hand. 1 tablespoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice. 1 tablespoon of prepared horseradish. It's probably more than a tablespoon of the horseradish, but I do love horseradish. The recipe calls for a 1/2 teaspoon of fish sauce, but I don't have any here, so we're going to leave that out. Also, fish sauce is not my favorite thing. Then we need a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. And quite a lot of freshly ground black pepper. And then we fold all of these additions into the mix. The smoked trout dip has now become one of my favorite things. I will make it again and again. I think I will serve the smoked trout spread on toasted rounds of a baguette. But first, we need to chill the spread for 3 hours. So I'm going to cover this and pop it in the refrigerator. I need to clean up my workstation, and then we can get started on the next recipe. This next recipe is bacon cheeseburger dip. And it sounds wonderful. Little prep work here. We need 1 large onion, diced. And there we are, perfectly diced onion. I like to use food prep bowls. And I wanted to mention that drinks and nibbles parties are really a fun way to entertain. They are only the fraction of the work of a dinner party. And they're just very casual and fun. And if you only invite a few friends, as I do, then all of the dishes will fit in a single load in the dishwasher when all is over. I guess that's the only prep we need to do because my two kinds of cheeses are already grated. I will tell you what they are when we go to use them. And my scallion is already chopped. We need to cook the onion and brown some ground beef and cook some bacon. So I think the easiest way to do all of that is right here in my electric skillet. This way we don't have to move the camera over to the cooktop. So my skillet is set to about 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 150 degrees Celsius. We need to warm some oil, about 1 tablespoon. Then I will add the onion and let it cook just until it's soft. That will take from 4 to 5 minutes. And once the onions are soft, we add a ½ pound of ground beef. We have to cook this beef just until it is no longer pink. My beef is no longer pink, so I'm going to transfer it and the onions to a large bowl. Now, if you were using a beef with a higher fat content than what I used, you would want to drain the beef. I have almost no fat in this skillet. And then we need to fry up 6 strips of bacon. Avery is sleeping in the music room right now. Otherwise, believe me, she would be in this kitchen. She loves bacon, and she knows the word bacon. I need to transfer the bacon to a paper towel lined plate to drain. We can let this cool briefly, just until it's cool enough to handle, and then we can crumble the bacon into the ground beef mixture. Okay, my bacon has cooled. Instead of crumbling it, I'm going to chop it rather finely. Now I can toss the bacon into the ground beef mixture. Now we need 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. Add that right to the beef mixture. 3/4 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. I did weigh this out. It is 80 grams. 3/4 cup or 80 grams of Monterey Jack cheese. Monterey Jack is a good melty cheese. 1 tablespoon of Worcester sauce. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Kosher salt and grinds of black pepper. The recipe does not say how much of each. Now, I know the cheese has salt in it, and of course the bacon is salty, so I'm only going to add a generous pinch of salt and many grinds of black pepper. I thought there was chopped scallion in this recipe, but there is not. So now we can mix all of these ingredients. Spoiler alert, this bacon cheeseburger dip turned out phenomenally well. I'm madly in love with it. This is a dish that is baked in the oven for only 12 to 15 minutes, but I'm not ready to bake this off yet, so I will put it in a baking dish and we will bake it off later. And the recipe does not say what size of baking dish. It does, however, say to transfer the mixture to an oven-proof baking dish. I think most baking dishes are oven-proof. So we have a 2-quart baking dish here. This might be too large. Let me see if I have a smaller one. I do. Now this is a 2-quart baking dish. I like to use a Sharpie to write the volume of my baking dishes on the bottom. This one, I did not write the volume. So this is 2 quart, this is probably 1 quart. And in you go. The recipe I'm following does not say to top this with any extra cheese, but I'm a free spirit. I'm going to top mine with just a handful of some cheddar cheese. This way, the bacon cheeseburger dip will have a nice melty topping. And you can go into the refrigerator. The third recipe we're doing today is a spring pea and feta dip, but there are a couple of ingredients I'm missing. Fresh basil leaves and fresh mint leaves. So I need to make a quick trip to the farm store. Take a short drive with me.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we...
At the berry farm, I'm looking for an assortment of crackers that can accompany our dips. I also need some fresh herbs. Although I had no intention of buying flowers today, I could not resist these tulips. I love the tulips' purple-pink petals. Home again, I'm clipping some greens from the garden. We will use these greens when we arrange the tulips. We can arrange the tulips and greens a little later. Right now, we need to make our spring pea and feta dip. We need to cook 1 pound of frozen peas, or you could use fresh peas here, if you can find them, in some boiling water. Per the recipe, I am salting this water generously. I will boil these peas for about 2 minutes, and then I will let them chill in an ice bath for 2 minutes. And while the peas are cooking, I can chop up my mint leaves and basil or basil leaves. So these leaves are very fresh. My local farm store, it's called the Berry Farm, they grow all of their herbs in greenhouses all winter long. In the comments below, let me know if you have a store, a farm store that is similar to the Berry Farm. I think such stores are fun places to shop. And the recipe says 1/4 cup of each of these leaves. I'm going to just eyeball the amount. I don't have to chop these leaves too finely because they will be processed further in the food processor. Also, I need to zest and juice 1 lemon. Other ingredients we need are 2 chopped scallions and 1 grated clove of garlic. I'm using one of the garlic pucks that you and I made together from homegrown garlic. And we need crumbled feta cheese. Now I need to transfer these peas to the ice bath. I will drain the peas off and then add them to the food processor. Now we can add the scallion. I'm using the equivalent of 2 chopped scallions. We'll add that right to the food processor. The garlic, the basil and the mint, the lemon zest, lemon juice, and a half teaspoon of salt. Pulse until mixture is combined and peas start to become creamy, 1 to 2 minutes. Add 4 ounces of feta and continue to pulse until feta is broken down and well combined, and then season with salt. I need to taste this to determine whether or not it needs extra salt. This is delicious. The flavors of the mint and the basil do not hit you right away, but they do hit you after a few seconds. This is a very fragrant and delicious dip. And I really do feel that I am elevating my appetizer game just with this dip alone. Now, to garnish this dip, we top it with an additional ounce of the crumbled feta and olive oil. This makes a very attractive looking appetizer. I'm going to pop this into the refrigerator and then preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. That's for the bacon cheeseburger dip. While the oven is preheating, we can go ahead and arrange the flowers. Floral preservative. Good, the snow has melted off of these yew branches. So we have a nice green bouquet here. Now we can add a touch of purple. I'm going to cut the stems just a little. I know I say this in a lot of videos, but I hope you won't wait for someone to buy flowers for you. Buy them for yourself. I love to have fresh cut flowers in this house. If I could afford it, I would have them in every room. And actually this summer, I might be able to have flowers in every room because I have started seeds for my cutting garden. I think this is a lovely little flower arrangement. We can bring this into the parlor. Also, I want to light a fire in that room so we can taste test our dips. Of course, I still have to put the bacon cheeseburger dip in the oven. Oven is preheated. I'm going to pop the bacon cheeseburger dip into the oven. And then I want to slice up and toast some of this baguette for the smoked salmon spread. The bacon cheeseburger dip only needs from 12 to 15 minutes in the oven. Since mine was in the refrigerator, it's cold, so I'm going to give it the full 15 minutes. It should start to bubble. throw these on a baking tray, and I can pop these right into the oven along with the bacon cheeseburger dip. I think wedges of colorful bell peppers will make a nice accompaniment for the pea and feta dip. So now we can spread these lightly toasted baguette rounds with the smoked trout mixture. Then I want to garnish this smoked trout with some extra scallion. I also want some scallion just to decorate the platter. And I have enough left over for a whole new party. I want to surround this bacon cheeseburger dip with some little toast and some crackers. Two spoons for the bacon cheeseburger dip, 2 spoons for the spring pea and feta dip. I don't know about you, but I'm not crazy about double dipping, so I prefer to have spoons in my dips and spreads. Into the parlor we go. First up for taste testing is the bacon cheeseburger dip. And by the way, this is all finger food. There's really no need for plates unless you want plates. The bacon cheeseburger dip is out of this world delicious. And there's some special flavor in there. I can't even remember what all of the ingredients were. But maybe it's the Monterey Jack cheese or the garlic, but it is incredible. Now, Lizette, what did you think of the bacon cheeseburger?
Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. It's super creamy, super cheesy. Must try.
It is a must try. Next, I want to sample the smoked trout spread. We definitely have 2 winners here with the bacon cheeseburger dip and the smoked trout spread. This spread is just incredible. It's smoky because of the smoked fish, but it's so much more. The flavor is a lot more than the sum of all of this spread's parts. And now on to the spring pea with mint and basil and other things. And I'm going to spoon this onto a piece of bell pepper. I will be perfectly honest with you, this spring pea with feta and mint is very, very good. But it kind of pales in comparison to the bacon cheeseburger dip and the smoked trout spread. But still, I recommend making the pea and feta dip because it's very healthy. Thank you so much for spending time with us today as we made 2 dips and a spread in order to elevate our appetizer game. If you enjoyed today's video, I hope you will tap the like button, and also please subscribe and be sure to tap the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new episode, which is twice each week. And until the next episode, please treat yourself very well. Please consider trying one or all of these appetizers, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, friends.